Okay, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks for hopping on tonight. I am going to keep this pretty short tonight. My goal is to really keep these under 20 minutes. So I'm going to kind of share some information and then about some issues that we're having and then chat about some stuff coming up. And that'll be it for tonight. First of all, I want to talk about the shipping issue. I know that a lot of people have been having issues with that. I went to a training yesterday, actually. It was an all-day thing. And all of the triplexes should have been sent out. So if y'all will please screenshot me any customer or ambassador that you're having an issue with not getting their product, screenshot me their customer number, their order number, or their ambassador information and the date of their order and their name, and I will check on it tomorrow. I'm going to call whenever I head to work at 7. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I'm going to talk about is scheduling one-on-ones. I want to schedule a one-on-one, either Zoom call or phone call with all of you. We're going to kind of set plans for your goals for the month, and then I'm going to be really, really good about checking in with you and seeing how goals are going and seeing about helping with getting people on three-way calls or three-way messengers or whatever we need to do. A few of us have been doing that, and they've been really, really good. People have been contacting after and telling me how much more belief got built into their customers and ambassadors, and how those people are excited about their product and want to get going on it. So I think that they are very beneficial in retaining people. So I'm going to really just keep on pushing these. I know that I talk about them every week, but they're going really, really well. So we want to keep doing that. What else do I have for y'all? I'm going to go start an IPA group again this month. For those of you who do not know what it is, an IPA group is something that we had a couple months ago. I believe it was in January, and it went really well. It basically had stipulations of you need to post at least once a day about Plexus and contact at least 2 people a day about Plexus. And what it is it's for people who are ready to work the business. So it's not for people who are like, maybe I want to work it, maybe I don't want to work it. But what it is it's a group of girls or guys that are just really excited about getting their business going and really excited about reaching out to people and stepping it up. All those people are going to be put in a group, a little messenger, and then every day you're going to have to check in and say, I contacted 2 people. I contacted however many people you do, and I posted on Facebook. It really is just an accountability group, and it's really, really good. I really liked it in January. It ups your activity so that more people are drawn into your Facebook, which of course is going to give you more customers and ambassadors. So again, it's not for everyone. It's just for people that want to work it. So I'm going to get that started again, and we're going to do that tomorrow. So for those of you who want to be a part of that, shoot me a message on Facebook, and I will get you added. Again, it's not for people who kind of want to do it, kind of don't want to do it. There's no hard feelings. It's just for people that really need accountability and want it. So I really liked it, and it's a good place to ask questions or to get encouragement or tips or whatever you need. Okay, so now we're going to go into the meat of tonight, and that is customer service, as in us giving our clients customer service, not like Plexus customer service, and also flipping customers to ambassadors. The reason why I want to focus on this is because our team in general had very high PV last month. There was a lot of girls that had really close to 1,000 PV, which is incredible. That is so awesome to have that much PV, and a lot that had over 500. So if you have over 500 PV, that means that you probably have at least 5 customers. Now, we talked about this at the training yesterday as well. Having high PV is obviously really awesome because of the commission that you get and because of the bonuses that you get for the products, the preferred bonuses. You're going to get really fast cash with that. Here's the problem. If you get stuck in this I want only customers thing, you're never adding to your team and adding ambassadors, which is going to be your residual income. Customers come and go. They are the most fickle people in this business. They may try it for a month and then they may get off of it and you may never get them back. I don't think I have any customers actually that started at the beginning of my journey that are still with me now. And that is because it's very easy for them to just not order again and they don't feel very committed to it. If we flip them to ambassadors, on the other hand, they're a little more tied to the company. They feel like they have more invested in it, so they're more likely to stay on the products long enough for them to see results or long enough for them to see the benefits of even doing Plexus as a business. So our ultimate goal is to flip our customers to ambassadors. Trust me, from experience and from talking to a lot of girls, they stick around much, much longer if you flip them to ambassadors. So I'm going to give you some tips on that. Okay, let's talk about customer service first. When you sign a customer or an ambassador, whichever route you go, I know it's very hard to distinguish the difference between them, because when you do an ambassador, you kind of think automatically, my brain does this as well, that, oh, they're my ambassadors. And you kind of get into this mode of, I don't need to check on them as much as my customer. That is false. Because it is so cheap for people to start our business, a lot of people do start out as ambassadors. So you really need to make sure that you're checking on them as well. So here's kind of the process that I do when I join, or when a new customer or ambassador joins me. So the first time they order, I get them on the phone if I can to help them order. Once they order, I write down in my calendar that I have, my little planner, I write down 3 days. I know that shipping is bonkers right now, but in 3 days normally, they would have either almost got their product or are going to be getting their product in a couple days. What you want to do is you want to catch it before they start their first day of product. You want to contact them before and say, okay, this is the regimen that I want you on. And then if they didn't get their product, then you can say, okay, let me know when you get your product, yada, yada. But I still, even if they didn't get the product the first time I contacted them, 2 days later, I will write in my planner, contact so-and-so about product, because a lot of people, when they get it in, they don't contact you about it. So if you're relying on them and just say, hey, contact me when you get the product and I'll let you know how to take it, most likely they're not going to. It's important to catch them and let them know the correct regimen, because if they're not taking the products correctly, they're probably not going to get the results they want and they're going to quit. And it's our jobs to be good customer service to them so that they stay on the products. Okay. So once they get the product, you're going to let them know the regimen for taking it. I usually check in the next day. So again, I'm writing in my calendar every single day that I want to check in on them, or else I will forget. I'm a busy person. I know that you all are busy people. Y'all are either moms or y'all have jobs and are moms. Whatever the case may be, we're all busy. So write it in the calendar, or else there will be people that slip through, okay? So I might write on, let's say, March 5th. Susie's first day on product. So then I'll check in with Susie that night and I'll say, hey, how did the first day go? Did you like the way the drink tasted? Just to kind of know that I'm there for support. And then 3 days later, I check on them again. I'll check in and I'll say, hey, how's your water intake going? Have you been able to get the products every day? So I check in on day 1, I check in on day 3, and then after that, I check in weekly for the first month. So 1 week after the 3-day check-in, I'm going to check in on them again and say, hey, how's everything going? Have you felt more energy? Have you done this? Have you done that? Just real basic questions. The things that they notice within the first couple weeks may be more energy, better sleep, craving more water, cravings going down for bad food, things like that. So day 1, day 3, and then every week after that. Okay, now we're going to talk about flipping customers to an ambassador. So if you're keeping in touch with them, you'll know how their journey is going. You'll know if they have die-off and need help with changing their regimen around, or to troubleshoot how to get rid of that die-off. For those of you who are on this call, sorry, I just had like a squirrel moment, who may not know what die-off is, whenever you're taking the products, people get headaches, they get sleepy, they feel like they are very, very tired. They feel just groggy in general. That's because they're having die-offs, and that means the product's working. I love this weekend what someone said, because someone asked about how do they troubleshoot whenever customers come to them and they're unhappy because they actually feel like they feel worse versus better. And I love how she said, I always tell the people that tell me that they have headaches, that they're tired, I always tell them, oh my gosh, it's working, and be really excited about that, because that way they know that it's normal. So when people say that stuff now, tell them that, oh my gosh, that's so normal, that's great, that means the products are working on you and you're getting rid of all the funk and junk in your body. So that's a reason why we need to be checking on with our customers and ambassadors, because a lot of people, they'll feel those die-off symptoms when they start taking the products, and they'll be like, oh my God, this stuff is not working on me, I'm getting a headache, I'm quitting. And someone actually contacted me about a week ago and told me that. She said, hey girl, I'm getting migraines I never did before, so I think I'm gonna quit taking the products. They just aren't working on me. And if I wouldn't have known that and caught that, then she probably would have quit. But instead I said, oh my gosh, the products are working. That's great. We need to up your water intake. We need to up your BioCleanse so it's easier for that stuff to get out of your body and you're going to get rid of that junk faster. So really just troubleshooting and keeping those people around is key. Okay, so now we've been checking on our customers and ambassadors, and it's week 3. This is the pivotal moment, the time that you are going to flip those customers into ambassadors, okay? Now, why would we want to do it week 3? A couple reasons why. The first one is they're probably loving the products and feeling some differences. They may be slight differences, but they're feeling the differences and they're excited. They are so excited that they're getting sleep now, that they're having more energy, that they're not having to drink 17 sodas a day or 14 cups of coffee or 7 energy drinks, whatever the case may be. They're excited about it and they're ready to get more invested. Okay, so about 3 weeks with the people being on the products, I write it in my planner again. Whenever it's going to be week 3, I'll write in my planner week 3 check-in. And to me, that tells me, okay, they've been on the product 3 weeks. I'm going to ask them about the ambassadorship. So then I'll contact them and I'll say, hey, Susie, I'm so happy that you're loving the results that you're having so far on the products. They're only going to get better with time. I know that your auto ship is going to go through in a month, so I just wanted to tell you about the ambassadorship and the wholesale price of the product. And then I kind of do a little spiel like, as a customer, you're paying $124 if they're doing preferred. As a customer, you're doing $124.95. If you sign up for the membership right now, you pay a one-time fee of $34.95, and then it's only going to cost you $109 per month. And then I tell them, since you're loving the products, there's no reason really to not get a discount. And they may say, oh, I'm not interested in selling. And that's when you can tell them you don't have to sell, just like a Sam's Club membership. You pay the $34.95 and then you're going to get 20% off every purchase. And since they're loving the products, most of the time people say, sure, I'll do it. And then they flip over to ambassadors. Okay. Now the problem is if we wait till month 2, some people get into a little slump in month 2 when they take the products where that it's almost like a second cycle of die-off is coming and they kind of start to feel a little bit crappy again. That's perfectly normal. That means that your body is just getting through another like slump of getting rid of the toxins in your body. So if you wait till month 2 to flip them, some people might think like, I don't know. I just don't know if I want to do this still. And they get kind of iffy about it. Whereas if you would have already flipped them month 1, if they go through that die-off again in month 2, they're more likely to stick with it for another 30 days because they are an ambassador, okay? So it's just really, really important to flip them over that 3rd week. So I challenge y'all, I really, really do. A lot of y'all have a lot of customers that their auto shipments are going to be going through this month. I really, really encourage you to catch them that week 3 and tell them about the opportunity to get a discount, okay? And also, y'all, people that are on the products, this is why it's not good to keep people customers for like 6 months. And they talked about this weekend also. People feel so good on the products after being on them for a while, they almost forget how badly they felt before. And any of you that have ran out of products for maybe 2 or 3 weeks know what I'm talking about. You stop sleeping so well. You stop having so much energy in the morning. So you know what I'm talking about. You kind of almost forget how good that Plexus make you felt that because it's become a norm. You forget how bad you used to feel. So people start feeling so good on the products that they're like, I don't need this anymore. And they'll get off of them. And then you lose a customer. Whereas if they're an ambassador, again, they're more likely to stick on the products. Okay. So if you need help with that, please let me know. But I really, really encourage y'all, if you're not sure whenever your customers ordered, go back into your back office and look at their order date and count. We want to catch them at week 3. That way they can flip to ambassador and order their products so they don't run out, especially since shipping has been taking a little bit longer. Okay, so really, 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 I cannot tell you enough. Customers are so fickle. I know that the commission is good off the customers, but you want to flip them to ambassadors to get that residual income. You really, really do. So push for that, y'all. And if you need help putting me in 3-way messengers, do it. I will help you. It's so important. And looking back, I wish I would have done it with more people and I wouldn't have lost so many people. Okay, y'all. Let's see what else I have here. Okay, the other thing that I have on here is we talked about yesterday BHAGs, and that basically is like a big, hairy, audacious goal. So It's goals that you have that seem a little bit scary, but you want to accomplish them. This kind of goes with the one-on-ones that I'm going to be scheduling. I want y'all, I know that y'all have some big goals. I want you to be able to reach those big goals. In order to do that, we need to set a pace for you. So if your goal is to go gold by May, we need to back up and say, okay, in order to go gold by May, you need 20 people on your team that are commission qualified. Let's say you have 5 right now. That means that you need 15 by May. So we need to backtrack and say, okay, that means you need to add X amount of people per week. If 1 out of every 10 people say yes to signing up as an ambassador, that means that you need to talk to X amount of people per week in order to sign that X amount of people per week that you need, if that makes sense. And I'm going to help y'all with that whenever we do our one-on-one. So let's say out of every 100 people that you talk to, 10 are going to say yes. So if you need to add 20 people to your team, you're going to have to talk to 200 people in order to get those people on your team, if that makes sense. And I'll talk to y'all more about that on our one-on-ones, like I said. But y'all, we have some big goals. March is a big month. March is the month that I added the most people to my team. As a newbie last year, I joined February. March, I think I added something ridiculous. Like, I don't remember. Somewhere around like 8 to 10 people. Just getting started, that's a huge amount of people. When you have 2 people on your team, growing by adding 8 to 10 people is a huge percentage, y'all. March is the month that it's starting to get warm outside. People are starting to wear shorts. People are starting to think about being in a swimsuit for spring break. People are starting to think about their summer vacations and plan them. They're ready for a change. So if you're going to go hard and contact people, now is the time to do it. If you have to go into the drop-off line to drop your kids off at daycare 10 minutes earlier so you can contact a few people while you're in line, do it. If you have to have a doctor's appointment, show up 10 minutes earlier so that you have 10 minutes by yourself in the waiting room where you can contact people. Do whatever you need to do this month to really push hard and get your name out there, because March is a mega month for Plexus. It's a month where everyone's prepping for their summer bodies. Okay, y'all? That's really all I have for y'all tonight is the IPAs. Message me if you would like to be in that group. The one-on-ones, I would like y'all to text me and tell me, or if you don't have my number, message me on Facebook the time that is good for you this week for me to contact you to get you on a one-on-one so that we can schedule some goals for you. Again, it is my goal this month to be better at checking in with y'all. Then the third one is customer service. Make sure that we're checking in with those people. Make sure that we are getting them on the right regimen. Make sure that we are telling them what dosages that they need to get on their product. And again, if you need help, Ame Darling, AIMEE Darling, DARLING, is a great person on YouTube to search for product knowledge. And you can also come to me and I can help you troubleshoot with customers if they're having trouble, okay? And also remember to screenshot me any names of anyone that you need help with for customer service, because I'm contacting them tomorrow morning. All right, y'all. So I really just wanted to emphasize the importance of flipping those customers to ambassadors, because we've got lots of high PV on this team, which is awesome. But we want to make sure that we switch them over to ambassadors so that they have longevity in your business. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute y'all so y'all can ask me any questions that you have. Let me get on here. Okay, y'all are unmuted. I'm going to give y'all about a minute, and if no one talks, I'll get off of here.
But as much as I love acting, none of that would genuinely be Allison Porter is. In my soul, I am a singer.
All righty, I'm going to get off. Message me.